Well, good evening. This is Wayne Albright, and I've returned for another baseball game in my playoffs of the Major League 2025 season playoffs using OOTP out of the park baseball 26. And this game is game day October 9th, and it's the second game of the day. And it will have the Philadelphia Phillies against the Cincinnati Reds in Game 4 of the NLDS. And it will follow one of the classics of playoffs, it seems. But it was a very exciting game. Three between these two teams when the Phillies were trailing 9-2 after 4 innings and won the game 14-13. In regulation, it did not go extra innings. And I was looking over the scorecard here, and it was a lot of it. I mean, anytime batters have 6 at bats in 9 innings, and there were 7 of them. 7 batters between the two teams had 6 at bats in that game, and Phillies had 11 hits, and the Cincinnati had 16. So that was I'm curious to see how this game turns out for Game 4 after that many runs, but we will see going forward. And here's the playoff tree so far. The Guardians took Game 3 against the Mariners. You'll have to watch that one. Probably let the cat out of the bag for that, but I haven't posted that one yet. But anyway, and then the nightcap will be the Toronto Blue Jays going to Boston to play the Red Sox. And the Milwaukee Brewers have been eliminated, the number 1 seed in the National League, by the Padres. And the Phillies are trying to eliminate the Reds here in Game 4. So let's go to the program and see what's up in a Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati in a mid-afternoon contest in October, 43,000 plus. Attending, 52 and cloudy, 52 degrees, and the wind blowing out to right field. The wind was blowing out last game too, so we'll see if that means anything. I have found in baseball games that I've played, dice game or computer game or whatever, this Great American Ballpark is definitely a hitter's park. I mean, there's been some wild games that I've played and some wild scores, so we'll see. But the topper of the game on the Game 3 was the grand slam home run that capped the 6-run inning in the 7th for the Phillies. So we'll see if Harper and Schwarber and Turner show up for this game like they did in Game 3. So here's the starting lineups. I will be controlling the defensive strategies and substitutions as normal. And leading off for the Philadelphia Phillies here in Game 4 will be Trey Turner, the shortstop. Batting second, Kyle Schwarber, the DH. Batting third, Bryce Harper, the first baseman. Batting fourth, Alec Bohm, the third baseman. Batting fourth, JT Realmuto will catch. Batting fifth? Batting fifth will be Realmuto. Batting sixth, Nick Castellanos, the right fielder. Batting seventh, Brandon Marsh, the left fielder. Batting eighth, Harrison Bader, the center fielder. And batting ninth and playing second base, Bryson Stott. The starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies in Game 4 will be Aaron Nola. Appeared in 17 games, 5-10 records, 6.01 ERA. He finished good at the end of the season, had some injury problems during the middle of the season, and didn't perform well early in the season, but did come back a little bit at the end. And for the Cincinnati Reds facing Nola, Frido will lead off and play center field. Matt McLain, who had a good game in Game 3, plays second base. De La Cruz will play shortstop and bat third. Miguel Andujar will be the DH and bat fourth. Spencer Steer will play first base and bat fifth. Gavin Lux will play left field and bat sixth. Ke'Bryan Hayes, the third baseman, bats seventh. Eighth batter is Tyler Stevenson, the catcher, and the ninth batter, Novi Marte, the right fielder, and the starting pitcher for Game 4 for the Reds is Nick Lodolo, 29 games, 9-8 for the left-hander, 3.33 ERA. So I'm looking forward to this Game 4 and see how this goes. It's been a good series, and last game was a fantastic game. So will we follow suit with this one? So we'll head out to the Great American Ballpark for this mid-afternoon game. A lot of red, I'm suspecting, since both teams' primary color is that. And we'll see how these starting pitchers go. We're setting up a Game 5 with a pair of aces for the teams. So if the Reds can win, they're going to put Singer on the mound most likely. And the Phillies will probably have Sanchez. So the defensive alignment for the Cincinnati Reds: in left field, Gavin Lux; center field, T.J. Friedel; Novi Marte, the right fielder; third baseman, Kibran Hayes; shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz; second base, Matt McLean; and the first baseman, Spencer Steer; and catching, Tyler Stevenson; and the left-hander, Nick Lodolo, is ready for the first pitches of the game, and we will have the fly-in, and then we will go from there. And a 1-2 pitch to Turner to lead this game off. Turner waits, and he strikes out. He's the first strikeout of the game and the first out of the game on a slider. And that will have Schwarber step up. Schwarber is 4 for 12 in the series with an RBI. And the left-handed battering Schwarber with 56, I believe, home runs during the season. I'm correct. Led the major leagues with 132 RBIs. And the first pitch to Schwarber. And he gets hit. And there has to be at least one of those in this computer game. It seems like there's always a hit batsman. There's a wild pitch or a pass ball. I saw some strange hits in recent games. So we'll see how this goes here. So Bryce Harper steps in. He really woke up the last game. He hit 2 home runs and drove in 7 of his 8 so far in this series. So he's hitting .364 with Schwarber at first. 2-strike pitch. Fly ball well hit to right field. Does he do it again? And he loves this ballpark apparently, because he has just put the Phillies up 2-0 in this elimination game for the Reds. And the third home run in 2 games for Bryce Harper. That is 9 RBIs in the last 2 games. So a quick 2-0 advantage for the Phillies here in the top of the first. So they came to hit. And I know Bryce Harper loves this game because I've played the Reds on MLB The Show, and every time we play Cincinnati against Philadelphia, and Philadelphia plays in this ballpark, Harper kills the ball. So he loves this ballpark, at least the games I've played. And Alec Bohm will bat. He is 2 for 12 in this series, 2 RBIs with 1 out, and the first pitch from Lodolo. That is sharply to short. De La Cruz, a relatively long throw over to Steer, and that's the second out of the inning. So 2 outs, and JT Realmuto, the catcher, 1 for 11, batting .091, will step in. And the 0-2 pitch. Struck him out looking. On a slider. So Lodolo starts the inning with a strikeout, ends the inning with a strikeout, but in between gives up a 2-run home run to Bryce Harper. So the Reds come up to bat trailing 2-0. Or 2-2, they haven't batted yet. I guess that's how you put it. So it'll be Aaron Nola on the mound to face Friedel, McLean, and De La Cruz. He has a 2-0 lead before he throws his first pitch. Friedel was 4 for 25 in the playoffs, and he's 1 for 4, or 1 home run and 4 RBIs. So 3 balls, no strikes from Nola. Inside, and he walks him on 4 pitches. So the leadoff man is aboard for the Reds, and it will be Matt McLean. He homered in the last game. How many hits did he have? He had 3 hits and 6 RBIs, but he just trailed Harper by 1. So Friedel at first with Nola on the mound. McLean has 7 hits in this playoffs and 20 at-bats. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, that's well hit, and McLean has done it also. So Harper does it for the Reds, and McLean leaves a no-doubter 446 feet into left field, and Aaron Nola has given up a home run. And oh my, I call him the home run king for the Phillies because he just, or whatever, he just can't help it. He just gives up home runs all the time. And he may not last long in this game. So the game is tied, 2 batters in for Cincinnati. So here we go. The game is tied. That lead didn't last long. And we're off to a roaring start already in this game. Ella De La Cruz will bat. 6 for 23 in the playoffs, a home run and 3 RBI. So Matt McLean has become sort of an all-star for the Reds. Full count for Nola. And that's a strikeout, and we see one of these every game too. And the ball gets past the catcher, and he will be on base. So it counts as a strikeout, but he will be on first with nobody out. So still hasn't gotten an out is Nola, and I don't know how long they're going to keep him in the game. Andujar steps in. Here's the first pitch. That's lined into left field, and that's a base hit. So first and second, nobody out. As the Reds are starting to hit Nola very well, and I'm not sure he's going to last very long. They may go to the bullpen sooner than later. And Spencer Steer will bat. First and second, nobody out. 6 for 26 in the playoffs. Batting .231. He has a home run and 5 RBIs. 1 ball, no strikes. Can't find the strike zone either. That's out to right field. Castellanos will grab it, and the runner will advance to third on the fly out. So a fly out to right, and De La Cruz will go to third, and there's 1 out. Gavin Lux will step in. 2 for 9 in the playoffs. Hasn't played in the last few games, a couple games at least. First and third. Full count to Lux. Struck him out. That's a big pitch. A fastball, and that's the second out. 2 outs, and Hayes will step in. Hayes is 6 for 23. He has 4 RBIs. .261 batting in the playoffs. So 2 outs, 2 runs in on the home run by McLean. And here's the first pitch to Hayes. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, Turner makes the stop, but the run will score. So he prevents it from going to the outfield, but the Reds take the lead 3-2. It was sharply hit, no play made. So the first inning has been a rough one for Nola. So 2 outs, 3 runs are in as the Reds have taken the lead. 1-2 pitch to Stevenson. Grounded to short. Turner over to Stott, and that will be the 3rd out. So a fielder's choice, but the final out. 6-4. 3 runs on 3 hits for the Reds here in the bottom of the first, and we're already off to a rip-roaring start. 3-2 Reds. Castellanos, Marsh, Bader to bat. 2 for 10 is Castellanos with an RBI in this series. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Lodolo. That's well hit to center field. Back goes Friedel, and he will catch it right before the warning track. That's the first out. Brandon Marsh, he's had a good series. 4 for 9 with 2 RBIs. Batting .444. Playing left field, the left-handed batter, against Lodolo. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he struck him out. Fastball. 3rd strikeout for Lodolo. And Harrison Bader will step in. 2 for 8 in this series. The center fielder, defensive specialist. So 2 outs. And the first pitch to Bader. That's lined into right field. That'll be a base hit. So a 2-out base runner for the Phillies, trailing 3-2 here in the top of the second. Bryson Stott steps in, 1 for 8 in the series. So Harrison can steal. We'll see if he takes off. The left-hander will watch him, and Steer will hold him at first, and Bader at first base. So Bader is a steal threat. First pitch, he does not go. Ground ball, and it gets past the first baseman. And Harrison Bader will head to third, and the throw will not be in time. And it will be a base hit for Stott. And it'll be second and third with 2 outs, and Turner stepping up. Is that a double or is that a single? It'd be the weakest double I've ever seen. I saw the strangest one a couple games ago when a bases empty double went right to the right fielder. So let's see what this one is. Tries for second. It is safe. Oh no, wait a minute. It's a single. Okay. So the scorekeeper calls it a single. So that's what I wrote down. So 2 outs, second and third. He advances on the throw to third to try to get out Bader. So 2 outs, Turner is up. He struck out his first time. So here come the Phillies right back. And a 2-2 pitch. That is well hit to right field, but over to get it is Marte, and that'll be the 3rd out. So he did hit it solidly. And the Phillies do not come up with nothing here in the top of the 2nd inning. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left. An inning and a half in the book, and it's 3-2 Cincinnati. So Nola will step up on the mound again. I'm sure he will have a short leash with Marte, Friedel, and McLean to bat here in the bottom of the 2nd. And a full count. He had a struggling first inning. And he struck him out on a curveball. What a good pitch. 71 miles an hour. 1 out. Top of the order, Friedel. He walked and scored his first time. And a full count again. And he struck him out. Fastball, that's 2 outs. You never know with Nola. You just never know. It's just amazing how he's pitched during this season. And McLean, who homered in the first inning, a 2-run home run. So 2 outs and McLean up. And a 1-ball, no-strike pitch. See if McLean has his number again. Grounded to third, there's Bohm, over to first. And a nice and quiet bottom of the 2nd for Nola. So after struggling in the first inning, he gets a 1-2-3 here in the 2nd. And the score remains 3-2 Cincinnati. So Schwarber will step in, followed by Harper and Bohm. Schwarber was hit by a pitch and scored on the Harper home run in the first inning. So here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Schwarber. And he struck him out. He is not having a very good series. And that's the first out of this top of the 3rd. He did have a decent game in game 2, if I can remember. He walked 3 times, scored 4 runs, but struck out here. So 1 out, here's Harper. He homered his first time. He's had 3 home runs in 2 games. And a 2-2 pitch to Harper. And that gets him this time on a fastball, and that's 2 outs. So Lodolo is bearing down now. 5 strikeouts, and Bohm will bat. He grounded out his first time. Trailing 3-2 here in game 4. Here are the Phillies. And here's a 2-2 pitch. And Lodolo strikes out the side. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Cincinnati 3 and the Phillies 2. And Nola will pitch. He will face Dela Cruz, who he struck out but ended up on first, thanks to the pass ball. And Andujar and Steer. 1 strike to Dela Cruz. Well hit to left field, and that will be another home run. Up in the 2nd level as Dela Cruz gives them a 4-2 lead. And there's the home run again by Nola. And I think that's going to be it. I think we're going to pull Nola now. 384 feet down in left field. And Nola will be done for this game after 2 innings. I was hoping, or not I, but they were hoping, or the Reds or Phillies were hoping to get more out of it, I guess. But they do not, and we're going to have to bring in Walker. I don't want to bring in Luzardo. So it's going to be Tawan Walker to pitch. I don't know if that's much better than Nola, but Walker will pitch now as they try to eat some innings here. Only 2 innings, or 2, and that's it. Yeah, 2 innings for Nola. And Walker, oh, come on. Walker is a starter reliever type. 16, 4. Okay, Taiwan Walker will bat, or will come in to pitch. 34 games, 5-8 record, 1 save, 4.08 ERA. So he will try to hold down the fort here and face Andujar and Steer and Lux here in the bottom of the 3rd, and Phillies trail 4-2. 2-2 pitch. Grounded to second, Stott will make the play and throw it to first to Harper, and that's the first out of the bottom of the 3rd. And Steer will bat. He flied out his first time. So Walker will be asked whether he will succeed or not. He will be asked to pitch a few innings here. And a 2-2 pitch. Grounded weakly to second. Stott in, and we'll have to hurry. He will get him. Second out. Steer isn't exactly the speedster. Gavin Lux will bat. He struck out his first time. So already into the bullpen for the Phillies. And a full count from Walker. Struck him out. That's a fastball. And 3 outs. He's come in and got them all. And that's the second time Lux has gone down on a strikeout. Reds score a run on the home run from De La Cruz. They increase the lead to 4-2 as we head to the 4th. So Lodolo, after the first inning, has settled down, and he will face Real Muto, Castellanos, and Marsh. Real Muto struck out his first time as the Phillies look to climb back into this game. And the first pitch to Real Muto. Ground ball weakly hit to second. McLean up with it. He will have to hurry, and he will get him. 1 out. Castellanos will bat. 0 for 1. He flew out to center field. And the first pitch to him. Fly ball left field over toward the foul line is Lux, and he will grab it. That's the second out. So 2 quick outs for Lodolo. He has retired 6 in a row, and Brandon Marsh will bat. He struck out his first time. So the Phillies bats need to wake up. 2-2 pitch from Lodolo. Weakly hit outside of the mound, and he will have to hurry. He will make the throw, but it's not a good throw, and Marsh will beat it out at first, and that's an error probably on the pitcher, I would think. Let's see if it is. Yes, it is. So Lodolo with the throwing error, and there's 2 outs with Marsh at first, and now Bader will step in. He singled his first time. So Marsh at first, got the hiccups. Marsh at first. He is a stolen base threat, but they're down 2 runs. What's wrong? Oh, there we go. Struck him out on a 2-2 pitch, and that will be the 3rd out. So the error does not hurt him. He committed the error, but it did not hurt him. And 3.5. Cincinnati 4, Phillies 2. Here's Walker in for his second inning. Hayes, Stevenson, and Marte will be the batters. 1-2 pitch. Grounded to third, and that's through. Bone did not make the play, and it was sharply hit. And Hayes has his second hit of this game and leads off the bottom of the fourth for the Reds. Stevenson reached on a fielder's choice his first time. He's batting 3 for 12, 250 batting average. He has an RBI. So Hayes at first. We'll see if they're aggressive. 1 ball, no strike. He holds. Rounded to third. There's Bone to second. To Stott. Over to first. And that's the third out. So a triple, or a double play, not a triple play. Double play. Wipes out the hit that Hayes had. So now 2 outs. And Marte will bat 0 for 1. He struck out his first time. 1-1 pitch from Walker. And that's weakly hit by the mound. Stott's going to have to hurry. He will just eat it and not make the play. So Marte will beat it out for a single. Wasn't hit very hard and was off to the left of Walker. So a base runner at the top of the order, Friedel steps in. Left-handed batter is 0 for 1. He struck out and walked and scored. Marte at first. He can steal, it looks like. He has good speed. Full count, he's going to go. And it's grounded to second, and Stott over to his left and makes the play to Harper at first. So, Phillies do get out of that inning. And no runs, 2 hits, 1 left. And we've completed 4 at the Great American Ballpark. And it's 4-2 Cincinnati here in Game 4 that the Reds need to win this game to move on to Game 5. Bryson Stott will step in. He singled his first time as the Phillies look to wake up here in the top of the 5th. First pitch. Lodolo's become quite efficient with his pitching. Rain is beginning to fall. Oh, that's not good. What does that mean? Oh, okay. Okay, we didn't have a stoppage, it looks like. So, we start again. 1 strike to Stott. Fly ball, center field, drifting back is Friedel toward the warning track, and that'll be the first out. So, spits of rain beginning here in Cincinnati. And 1 out. Top of the order, Turner, 0 for 2. He struck out and flied out. And a full count to Turner. That is line. Oh, the second baseman does not make the play. And that will be an infield hit. So McLean has difficulty diving to his right. And the speedy Turner beats out the play. And that's a single. So a 1-out single for the Phillies with Schwarber stepping in. He has struck out and been hit by a pitch. He has scored a run. Turner is definitely a steal threat at first, but with 2 runs down, will Thompson take that chance for the Phillies? Or Turner take that chance, whoever decides it. Turner might be on his own. So Schwarber, here we go. 2-2 pitch. Grounded sharply to first, and it will be a quick double play. First to short to first. And that's the end of the inning, and Lodolo gets out of it. It's 3-6-3. Double play, and that's it. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. 4.5 complete. It's 4-2 Cincinnati. Walker is in his 3rd inning, and he will face McLean, De La Cruz, and Andujar. And a full count to McLean, who has homered in this game. And he struck him out looking, a fastball. So, 1 out. De La Cruz has homered, and he has struck out and scored. So he scored 2 runs, 2 of the 4. And here's Walker's first pitch to Cruz, De La Cruz. And it's still raining. The raining has stopped. The delay lasted 24 minutes. We're going to keep Walker in. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out, so he comes out of the small rain delay and strikes out De La Cruz. So 2 outs. Reluctant to take Walker out. He was pitching well. So we'll see if he can get his 3rd inning in. This might be it for him. But here we go. And Andujar will bat. 1 for 2 is Andujar. 1-1 pitch from Walker. That's lined out into left field, and incoming is Marsh, and that will be the third out. So a 1-2-3, bottom of the fifth for Walker, and it's 4-2 Cincinnati. And here's Lodolo, and he will face Harper. And whether he will pitch more than that, we will see. But he's at his fatigue level or stamina level right now at 5 innings, and he has pitched to 20 batters. So he's approaching that fatigue level. But Harper to step in. He has homered and struck out. And here's a 2-2 pitch. That's lined up. Oh, it's up the middle weakly. And I don't know if McLean will make the play, and he won't. So that's a base hit. So the second hit for Harper. And in steps Bohm. There's a bunch of right-handed batters coming up. So do the Reds go to the bullpen? Bohm is 0 for 2 against, and Lodolo is struck out and grounded out. Let's see who the bullpen is for Cincinnati. Got a pretty deep bullpen. And I think they're going to go with the bullpen right now. So 5 innings, 21 batters for Lodolo, and they'll go to the right-hander. And let's see if we can pick one here. Might be Nick Martinez or Zach Littell. We're going with Zach Littell. He will not start the next game. So Zach Littell will come in to pitch. The right-hander. Let's see what his fatigue is. I wrote this stuff down, or put it in a spreadsheet so I don't have to calculate it every time I make a pitching change. It got tiresome doing that. So, who is it? Littell. Right? He's like a starter, emergency starter sort of player. So he'll pitch to Bohm and Realmuto and maybe Castellanos here in the top of the 6th inning. So in steps Bohm with Harper at first. And the first pitch from Littell. Grounded to short, to second, to first, and that ends that threat. 6-4-3, pitcher's best friend double play. So Realmuto steps up with 2 outs. So that ended quickly for the Phillies, who have not managed anything, really, since the first inning. And Realmuto steps up. He is 0 for 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Well hit to right field. Did Realmuto just put him closer? And it's over the fence. And Realmuto has hit a home run, 375 feet to right field, and the Phillies only trail now by 1 run, 4-3. So the home run ball is keeping the Phillies, has the Phillies in this game. Second one of the game, Harper had the first. So Realmuto comes through here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. And Castellanos steps up. So Realmuto draws him closer. And it will be Castellanos, 0 for 2. We could go to Kepler. Is it too early? Top of the 6th. I mean, Castellanos hasn't done squat in this series or this game. I think we're going to go to Kepler. Max Kepler will bat. He'll be the left-handed batter. He will play probably the right field. So Kepler comes in for Castellanos. Castellanos will probably throw a temper tantrum. Taken out, but that's the way it goes. Trying to win games, you got to do what you got to do. So Max Kepler will bat with 2 outs, facing Zach Littell. And the Phillies only trail 4-3 now. And a 3-1 pitch to Kepler. And that's inside, and that's ball 4. So a walk. And Marsh will bat. So 2-out trouble here for the Reds. They got the double play, but then Realmuto homers and now a walk. So let's see if Marsh can do some damage here. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out. He reached on an error his last time. 1 strike with Kepler at first. That is lined out to right field. Over to get it is Marte, and that will be the end of the inning. The Phillies do manage a run on the home run by Real Muto. They leave a base runner. After 5.5, it's the Reds 4 and the Phillies 3. An incomplete lineup, I know. Let's go. We will go to right field. Will Kepler. And Walker is tired. And who's up? Steer, Lux, and Hayes. All right, David Robertson will pitch. For Walker. Walker did his job, kept the game within reach, and he will give way to Robertson. Will be tasked to do the same thing. So 3 innings for Walker. Robertson to pitch. Let's go to my statistics here for Robertson. Let's see what he is. All right. The right-hander coming to pitch. He has pitched 3 innings in these playoffs. And he will face Steer, Lux, and Hayes. Steer is 0 for 2. We're in the bottom of the 6th. 1-2 pitch. Outfield, infield look good. Grounded to short. Turner up with it. Throws to Harper. High throw, but it's good. It's 1 out. One out, and Gavin Lux steps in. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. So we're here in Cincinnati for Game 4. Phillies win, they move on. Reds win, we go back to Philadelphia. And a 3-0 pitch to Lux. And it's low, he walked him. So Lux is on first with 1 out, and here's Hayes. He has singled twice. Lux at first for David Robertson to face Hayes with 1 out. And the first pitch, Lux stays at first, and that gets past Real Muto. And Lux will end up at second. That is a wild pitch by Robertson. So, a big run is sitting out there at second for the Reds, and Hayes is at bat. The Phillies defense has been one of their worst enemies in this series. They've just not played well defensively. 1-1 pitch. Grounded, line to second, it's over his head. And Lux will hold at third. So a base hit, first and third with 1 out. Third hit of the game for Hayes, and Stevenson will bat. So Robertson is having difficulty here. He has 1 out. He has walked a person, and Lux, and a single by Hayes. And here's Stevenson. He's 0 for 2. So a big inning here and a big time for Robertson. I don't know if we should bring in anybody else or not. I don't know. Let's look at the bullpen again for the Phillies. They got Meza, Kirkering. I don't want to use him this early. Walker Buehler, we could try him again. Tanner Banks. I'm going to just have to live with Robertson here and see if he can get it out. So here we go. 1 strike to Robertson, from Robertson. That is up the middle, and that is a base hit. Stevenson drives in the 5th run for the Reds, and they add the run back. So I don't know if that was the right decision to leave Robertson in the game. Marte will bat. Marte is 1 for 2, and the Phillies are going to be forced to go to the bullpen. And it might be Tanner Banks to pitch. They got to keep the game close. So Tanner Banks will come in to pitch, the fourth pitcher for the Phillies in this game. They did not get helped by the bad performance by Nola, and they're on their fourth pitcher. Tanner Banks is in the game, and he will face Marte after only 4 batters for Robertson. And it will be first and second with 1 out as the Phillies try to get these outs, keep it close. 3-1 pitch to Marte. Grounded to first. Harper to second for 1, and they will not make the double play. So a 3-6 put out on the fielder's choice. And Banks will face Friedel, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. So base runners at first and third for Tanner Banks to face Friedel. Reds already have a run in this inning. They lead 5-3. 2-2 pitch up the middle. Stott cannot make the play, and it's a 6-run. Oh, and they go on, and aggressive base running first. And Friedel gets a single, heads to second on the errant throw. And another run scores for the Cincinnati Reds as they take the lead 6-3. And it's second and third with 2 outs with McLean up to bat. So they could really open this inning up, or this game up, if McLean comes through here. McLean is 1 for 3, he has homered, struck out and grounded out. So Banks has a big job here. He's got to get McLean. 2-1 pitch. That is lined out to left field, but Marsh is there. And that will be the 3rd out. So Banks does manage to get out of it. The Reds do score, though, 2 runs on 3 hits. And we're headed to the latter portion of the game. We've completed 6. Reds lead it 6-3. And Littell will pitch another inning. See if the Phillies have magic again. And Bader steps in. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to second. And McLean will make the play, and that's the first out. Bryson Stott will bat. I don't know why I want to call him Brandon. Bryson Stott to bat. He is 1 for 2. He's flied out and singled. So 1 out. And a 1-ball pitch to Stott. Ground ball sharply to first. And Steer will grab it and take it himself, and that's 2 outs. Top of the order, Turner. 1 for 3. Facing Littell. 1 ball, no strikes. That is lined out to left, but right at Lux, and that's the 3rd out. We are at stretch time here in Cincinnati, and the Reds lead it 6-3. Okay, we're in the bottom of the 7th in Game 4, which the Reds have to win. And the Phillies trail 6-3. And Tanner Banks will face De La Cruz, the switch hitter, Andujar, and Steer. De La Cruz is homered. He has struck out twice in 3 trips. He will be batting from the right side, the switch hitter will. And a 3-2 pitch, grounded to third, and that's the first out of the inning. Let me see what's wrong over here. Are you okay? All right, just Hank is acting weird. That's one of my dogs. Are you okay? Okay, he's just moving and laying down. Okay, we continue the game. So 1 out for Andujar to face Banks here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 for 3 is Andujar. And the first pitch from Banks. That is popped in the infield. And Harper will come in to grab it, and that's the 2nd out. 2 outs, and Spencer Steer will bat. He will face Banks with 2 outs. 0 for 3 is Steer. And here comes the first pitch. Fly ball to right center field. It will go all the way to the fence. Over to grab it is Kepler. And Steer will end up with a... Oh, he's going to try for third. And he will grab it. He will triple. So Spencer Steer will end up at third base with a triple. And Gavin Lux will bat. And will they pinch hit for Gavin Lux? Austin Hayes is available to pinch hit. So is Sandy, he's available. Sal Stewart is available. Austin Hayes is available. And they're going to go with Austin Hayes to bat for Gavin Lux. Try to get that 7th run in and give them a 4-run lead as Hayes will come off the bench. And pinch hit. Now will the Phillies bring in a bullpen or switch the bullpen? Turn to the game. Let's look at the Phillies bullpen. Wow. Their pitching staff is taking a beating here in this game with 2 outs. They're going to go with Walker Buehler to pitch. The right-hander will come in to try to get out of this inning. So the 5th pitcher of the night for the Phillies, or the afternoon. It's an afternoon game. I'm playing it at night. So Walker Buehler will come in. Right-hander. And he will pitch to Austin Hayes. Walker Buehler. He had a rough 1 1/3 inning the last time he was in, so we'll see how this goes. Bottom of the 7th, 6-3 Reds, and Steer at third base with 2 outs. 3 balls, no strikes from Buehler. And he walked. So Austin Hayes at first, and the hot-hitting third baseman Brian Hayes will bat. He has 3 singles and an RBI. He has scored a run. So runners on first and third with 2 outs as the Reds are up 6-3, trying to add at least 1 more. 1-2 pitch. Oh, he struck him out. Walker Buehler gets the last out on a slider, and that's a key out. Keeps the game at 6-3. So no runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. We head to the 8th inning, 6-3 Cincinnati. And I have an incomplete lineup. Okay. That is true. And Hayes will go to left field. Littell is still pitching. Or they could go to Nick Martinez. Nope. They're going to keep Littell in. Up 3 runs. Littell will pitch in his 3rd inning. And he will face Schwarber, Harper, and Bohm. Do they have a left-hander? They have Suter, but I don't think they want to use him another day unless they have to. So they're going to keep Littell in the game. He's an emergency starter, so he can go a little farther. He's walked 1, struck out none, 2 innings, and he faced Schwarber, Harper, and Bohm here in the top of the 8th. The 0-2 pitch, struck out Schwarber, and that's the first out on a sinker. And here's Harper. He is 2 for 3. He had a 2-run home run in the 1st inning, and he is struck out. 2-2 pitch from Littell. It's lined out to center field, but in to get it is Friedel, and that's the second out. So the Phillies may be headed to Game 5 here and headed back to Philadelphia if they don't wake up here soon, because they're down to 4 outs. Alec Bohm will bat. Bohm is 0 for 3. And here's the first pitch. That's lined into left field. That will be a base hit. So Bohm does have a hit with 2 outs. Let's see if the Phillies can get some magic going here with Realmuto up. He has homered, struck out, grounded out in 3 trips. Alec Bohm at first. Littell on the mound. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's lined into right field, but in comes Marte, and that will be the 3rd out. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. 7.5 complete. 6-3 Cincinnati. And Walker Buehler will pitch to Stevenson, Marte, and Friedel here in the bottom of the 8th. Stevenson is 1 for 3 with an RBI. And here's a full count pitch from Walker Buehler. That is well hit to left field, and it's 7-3. No doubt over Marsh. And Stevenson adds to the game, 385 feet. And odds are we're headed to Philadelphia for Game 5. Stevenson goes around the bases, and it's 7-3 now for the Reds. 3 runs, 7 hits for the Phillies. 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Reds. Marte will step in. And 1 ball. Grounded to short. There's Turner. The throw to first. And that's the first out of the inning. So the Phillies have used 5 pitchers in this game. Nola didn't give them much at the beginning. And they will rely on Sanchez most likely in Game 5. Unless they wake up in the top of the 9th. Which has happened in these playoffs. I mean, Seattle came back with 2 outs and scored 4 runs. So, can happen. We'll see if it happens. Top of the order, Friedel will face Walker Buehler. And 1 ball, no strikes. That is lined out the left center. Over to get it is Bader, and that's the 2nd out. So 2 outs and Matt McLain. He is 1 for 4, but that was a big home run in the first inning to draw them to a tie after the Phillies scored the first 2 runs of the game in the top of the inning. So Matt McLain with 2 outs against Walker Buehler, hoping to close this out now. And here's the first pitch. Grounded weakly to Bohm. He has to hurry, and he's got it. He makes a good throw, and that's the 3rd out. So we head to the 9th inning here in Cincinnati. After a run is scored by Cincinnati, 1 run on 1 hit, the home run by Stevenson to lead off the inning, and no 1 left. So 7-3 now. Cincinnati heading to the top of the 9th inning. And Zach Littell is still in the game. Zach Littell looks to close this game out for the Reds and save the bullpen for Cincinnati. Max Kepler will bat, Marsh and Bader. 1-2 pitch. Littell has given them a massive boost here. And that's the first out, the strikeout of Kepler. Brandon Marsh is 0 for 3. And here's the first pitch. Oh, that's well hit out to center field, but Friedel doesn't have to drift too far. And 2 quick outs. Down to the last out here in Game 4 as Harrison Bader steps in for the Phillies. Zach Littell looking to finish this game off. And a 1-2 pitch. Grounded to first, and that's through. So that's a base hit. And Bryson Stott will bat. Up 4 runs. So the first base base runner of the ninth for the Phillies. No reason to take Littell out yet. So let's see if Stott can continue the inning. He is 1 for 3. 2-1 pitch. That's grounded to second. McLean over to first. And the Reds have taken game 4. 7-3. And the series will head back to a game 5 in Philadelphia. As the Reds celebrate on their home field, and they will head out of town and back to Philadelphia to try to win this series and move on as the 6th seed. The number 1 seed is gone, and will they eliminate the 2nd seed Phillies? So, in recap, here's the recap of the game. The Phillies could not muster much after the first inning home run by Harper. And the next game is Game 5, scheduled for Saturday. I think it's October 11th at Citizens Bank Park. And the player of the game is Nick Lodolo. Although I question some of these player of the games that are out here. I mean, Matt McLean should have been considered. De La Cruz. You know, you had some key hits and home runs, or even Littell, who pitched 4 innings of work. So, and he gets a save for that. So Nola will take the loss, only pitching 2 innings. And Lodolo will take the win. And Littell pitched 4 innings of baseball and got the save. So we head to Game 5. There was no magic in this game. A little disappointing after the 14-13 Game 3. So we will have to play a Game 5 to determine who moves on in the League Championship Series, to reach the League Championship Series. So 3 hours approximately fake time. Oh no, almost 4 hours of fake time. The rain delayed the game for 24 minutes in the 5th inning. About 44,000 people here at Great American Ballpark. So let's go to the hitting department. Harper, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. He had a home run in the 1st inning. Gio Realmuto had a home run. And Bader had 2 hits for the Phillies. They left 8. He struck out 9 times. And for the winning Reds, they got some big hits. And McLean, 2-run home run. 3 hits from Ke'Bryan Hayes with an RBI. Stevenson with a home run, 2 hits. They left 14, but they managed to score 7. Struck out 8 times. Even had a triple from Spencer Steer. So we will head to Game 5, which I'm sure the Phillies did not want, but they will head home and play against the Reds in the determining game of this league championship, or the divisional championship series. So we'll leave this game, and you can see they lost for the Phillies, and already played the Mariners and Guardians. Don't look at the score if you haven't seen it yet, because it hasn't been posted yet. And the nightcap of the October 9th is Toronto going to Boston. So that's it for this series, or for this game in this game day. And it will be, I don't know if it's Chris Bassett against Giolito or not. That's what they tentatively have here. I will have to check that out. So that's it for this and this night. I hope everybody enjoyed this game, and I look forward to Game 5. And 2 games on the 10th after the nightcap of this day will be the Seattle-Cleveland, and then Toronto and Boston, the American League games, before we go to the National League Game 5. So that's it, and I hope everybody has a good night, and I'll see you next time.